Hey guys, today I want to talk about, is Beyblade X Xone up to par to compete in the FGC? So, like the title says, is it ready, right? Is it ready for the FGC? Well, yes and no. Yes, I think that it could show up there. No, I don't think it'll ever be a main stage game, but it's also community driven. So let's get into the yes first, because most people are going to watch this and say, I don't agree with you. Now, if you guys know anything about this channel, I love the FGC and I love Beyblades, right? So I love the fighting game community, but there are also very niche games that show up as side games, like side quests at the FGC events. One of my favorites that I've ever seen at the FGC are actually Windjammers. Yeah, I didn't even know this game existed. I saw it played at, I believe, East Coast Throwdown, and oh my gosh, it hooked me. It was one-on-one, a skill-based game. That's what a fighting game community is built around. 1v1, you can't get any better or worse. There is no leveling up. Are you better than your opponent? That's it. Is your skill set better than your opponent? Now, there are Pokemon VGC events where you have to level your Pokemon up to level 100, and then you guys battle it out in turn-based stuff. Not necessarily a high stakes, as it goes, FGC type competitor. There's a huge following for the Pokemon VGC, which stands for their video game community, our video game competition, right? So the Pokemon VGC mixed with the fighting game community is, I think, where Beyblade X Xone, I think Xone actually comes in right as a marriage between these two. Why? Because for the Pokemon side of it, we've got 6 blades that we can choose from. You pick 3, they have their own skills, yada, yada, yada. You pick a skill when you guys clash, rock, paper, scissors to see who wins. Not as much skill as possibly Pokemon, right? Also, I like Pokemon, so I don't know if you guys knew that or not. So there is a ton of skill when you play Pokemon. Arguably, there is a lot of skill when you play Xone, but arguably less so than Pokemon. Because there are thousands of Pokemon, right? Now you can have tons of setups on tons of different blades, and as more downloads come out, there will be more blades. There will be more combos and there will be more setups, right? But really what we're looking at here is you can select 6. Of those 6, you choose 3 to go into a heads up match against your opponent. The skills only come into effect if you can fill a bar of meter, right? So now we get into the FGC side of it, the fighting game community side. So as we play, we both launch, we build meter, we have life points, just like a fighting game, right? So think Street Fighter. Whoever hits, the other person more, the other person's life wears out, and whoever loses their life first loses the game. So if they run out of their health bar, we burst them, we, knock out, we extreme finish, whatever the case may be. If you burn up their stamina, you get a spin finish. So there's the 1v1 aspect. It's live. We have 2 buttons, like my prior video explaining some of the tips and tricks and how to play the game. But we've got 2 buttons, a counter and an attack button that can be used at any point during the match as long as you're filling those bars of meter. So you have to wait for the bar to be filled up to use either. Now you have a choice. Do I attack or do I counter? So you can only use them at certain times. You want to build them up and use them at certain times. Choose your trajectory. There's a lot going into each battle of Xone if you put the thought into it. Now, can you go into each battle brainlessly, spam an attack button and never touch counter? Absolutely. Can you go into any match in Xone and possibly just aggressively get your way through the main story of the game? Yes. But give it a few months and I promise you that PvP is going to be so freaking challenging that you're just going to rage quit. So we're gonna want to practice those foundational basics, level up our blades in story mode, which is why I haven't touched PvP yet. I haven't touched it yet because without all of my parts being at a plus 10, it's pointless for me to go in against people that do have, plus 30 on each blade when I have, plus 20. They're gonna outmaneuver me, they're gonna outlive me, they're gonna outspin me, they're gonna outpower me. So I wanna wait until I can get the blades I want, and it's that little bit of a flex because I definitely want solid black blades as I play. That's just my play style, right? That's what I want. That's like that little itch I have to have. But, as we look at it, if we each have plus 30 at the highest level of competition, that's like Pokemon, where you have level 50 at least. That's, in the VGC community, that's kind of where it caps you out at. You can go to level 100, you keep a lot of stats, but it's going to level you back down to level 50. So for PvP, I think that having plus 30 blades is going to become a baseline, right? Then we're going to get into who can play best. So if we look at that, that's kind of like the VGC. You choose a character, you choose a blade, and then you put the parts on it and you try to outmaneuver or outgun your opponents, right? So does it have a spot in the FGC? I believe so. Will it make it there? I hope so. So will you ever see it at EVO? Probably not. But if you push for your local fighting game communities to host Xone tournaments and you get your buddies together, then this is how we push it forward, right? You push it forward by having content online. That is my job. That is, the Baytuber's job, to push out content for people to watch, to build interest. But I can't create tournaments in all areas. What I am gonna do is create a tournament probably at the end of December. I will host a online tournament. So details are forthcoming, but it'll be an online tournament and we'll just see, who signs up, best of the best. Now, there won't be any ticket price for that tournament. I just want to gauge interest and see where it goes from there. But there also won't really be any prizes. It's just for bragging rights. But gauging interest is how we get to bigger prizes. So what I would like to see Xone turn into is something that we could have online tournaments, we could have in-person tournaments and get cash prizes, or, other prizes. You could win real blades, right? You could win real Beyblades from online tournaments. That would be something that I would be interested in doing. So let's look at this and not shut it down immediately, right? Which is the easier thing to do, but look at how can we make it work. And how I think we can make it work is standardizing that 30 across the board has to be the entry, right? You have to have level plus 30 blades. And then just saying the best man wins, right? 3-on-3, best man wins. And I think that the battles are engaging enough if we can get enough of them posted. So go to your favorite Baytuber and comment in their videos that you want to see more Beyblade X Xone content, right? Comment, like, and subscribe to videos like mine, to channels like mine that are putting this content out. Tell those content creators that you want to see more of their stuff. That is how this community grows. That's how every community grows. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, I hope that you guys are enjoying your time on X Tower and Beyblade X Xone, and I hope you have an absolutely phenomenal day.